evening, everyone. I hope you're all feeling ready to be inspired. Best of luck to the speakers speaking tonight. And without further ado, let's start with a hypothetical. Imagine a world where you're happy, truly happy. And imagine this reality does not just apply to you, but to everyone around you, the whole globe. The world would be a better place, wouldn't it? Now this brings us to the following question. Could such a reality possibly be achieved? Well, the short answer is no. But if you just open your minds for me for these next few minutes, I can show you how we can come just as close as it gets to a yes. My name is Alex, and in this presentation, I will touch upon simple lessons that you've been taught your whole life, but that you most likely have yet to learn. And if you do open your minds for me, I can offer you a new lens through which you can view your everyday life. It's all about energy. And let me define what I mean by that real quick. No, I'm not talking about anything scientific. I'm talking about the energy that flows through you, the one that keeps you going throughout the day. It's what allows you to operate as an individual. Your energy is a direct cause of any emotion you feel. Its power is not to be underestimated. And if you properly learn how to create and harness that energy, you can become mentally unstoppable while making others rise with you. So why am I telling you all this? First, let's take a step back to look at the bigger picture. Zoom out, if you will. In 2021, humanity broke a world record. This is the Negative Experience Index. It measures the amount of negative emotions that people feel on a daily basis. And according to the researchers at Gallup, which is a research institute, a global analytics firm, negative emotions are running at record highs. Now, this might be one of the most worrying statistics I think we have seen in a long time. Because when it comes to happiness, we all may have our own philosophies, but I think we can all agree on one thing. And that is that life should be enjoyed. That we were put on this planet to be happy. Yet most of us are out there looking for an idealized version of our own happiness, hiding from true happiness itself. Some of us work and work and work our whole lives, seeking success, recognition, and material wealth. Others have such bad relationships with ourselves that we let it translate into bad relationships with others. And so many of us let our days get ruined by things that shouldn't even affect us. And so us, the human race, who are supposed to be the most intelligent species on Earth, who've got math and science figured out and everything else, can't seem to figure out just how to be happy. What we must realize is that happiness is not found in the outside world, it's found within you. And that it was never hiding from you. In fact, it never was. And that all starts with a smile. Sonríe y la fuerza estará contigo. This means smile and the force will be with you. My dad used to read this quote to me, or just recite it to me all the time in Star Wars reference, when I was younger and in a bad mood, and he's kept doing so to this day. Before, it used to kind of just go over my head, but I've only recently started to learn its true importance in everyday life. So let me tell you about the power of a smile. When we smile, we feel happy because of the release of hormones in our brain. That is oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphins. And those hormones nourish us with energy. But did you know that even a forced smile can trigger this release of hormones? Yes, you heard me right. This is what Charles Darwin wrote about in 1872 and what's been confirmed over and over by modern neuroscience. So yes, you can quite literally create happiness. If you can just gather enough willpower to just flex your face muscles like this, you can make the next moment of your day a whole lot better. Isn't that amazing? You can choose to be happy. You can choose to create that nourishing energy. And that's what happiness is at the end of the day, isn't it? Just a choice. And you're making that choice to be happy by simply smiling. What's more, the energy in a smile is highly contagious. Which brings us to the most important point of this presentation. What I want you all to remember after tonight. And that is that energy is contagious. You see, in day-to-day life, we are constantly spreading energy, distributing it. We distribute energy to people, and they redistribute that energy to even more people. And then those people redistribute that energy to even more people, and more people, and more people. You get the gist. Energy is contagious. We all know a person in our lives that really knows how to have good interactions. Someone who knows how to make others smile. Someone who knows how to light up a room. You want to know what their secret is? It's the way they deliver their energy. And some people's energy is so radiant that people can even feel it when they're around them. You've probably heard someone go like, oh yeah, this person has great energy, or they have this presence, or I get this vibe from them. I can almost tell they're this kind of person. And that is the result of the energy you spread. And it's not only what they will say about you, but what they actually feel when they're around you. Some people just bring out the best in us, right? Because of the energy we create when we're together with our different friends, with our parents or family, teachers, any loved ones in our life. We are constantly creating these ambiances and atmospheres, and that is a result of all the energy exchanges we've had time and time again. Here's the thing though. It's not just what you say that counts, but the way that you say it. And so when it comes to interactions, your expressions, your body language, your smile, it's what's going to make sure that good energy is received by the person you're talking to. There's a big difference in going like, hey, how are you doing? Or going like, hey Pat, how's your evening? I want to thank you on behalf of all the TEDx Club for everything that you do for us. And without you, this evening would not be possible. Everyone give it up for our technician, Pat. He's worked so hard to make this evening happen. See what I just did there? That's the effect of spreading good energy. That was actually not written. That was completely made up. So, the best part about energy, in my opinion, is that you get what you give. And let me illustrate that for you on these next two slides. So here's a very simple diagram that I created that hopefully you can all understand, and let me break it down if not. Real quick, when you spread good energy, you have a positive interaction. And when you have a positive interaction, you receive good energy in return. And what this creates is what institutes like to call a feedback loop. As a result of spreading that good energy, you're getting it back. And you get this sort of momentum going. Have you ever had a conversation that was so good that you walk away from it and you're like, man, that was such a good interaction, that was such a good conversation. You're still thinking about that person or whatever you just talked about and you're like, man, I want to do that again. And so you keep on doing it throughout the day and over again, and you end up having a good day. I mean, that's just the effects of the cycle allow you to continuously spread and receive this good energy that just makes you happy. As you smile more at others, they'll smile back at you. As you talk more to them, they'll be more interested in you and start asking you questions. And if you make more consistent efforts to make others' days just a little better, they'll make even more efforts to return that to you. And the result, a happy environment around you, and therefore happier you. Because the best kind of happiness comes from making others happy. Now, we must be careful with the energy we spread, because this can either be positive or negative. And let me explain that with an opposite diagram. Now the arrows are red. So when you spread bad energy, you have a negative interaction. And when you have a negative interaction, you receive bad energy in return. Let's do this example in the workplace. You're having a really bad day and you're just not feeling it. And so when you walk into the workplace, you're like, I don't feel like socializing today. You kind of just walk past everyone, pretend you're busy, maybe go on your phone or like put in your AirPods and listen to music. And so you completely ignore them. But what does this do? Chances are, by feeling ignored, this person will have chances of doing the same back to you. And as you both keep not doing efforts to talk to each other or simply connect, you start to lose this connection and completely, maybe even lose it entirely. When this happens, we become sadder because self-isolation has been linked to depression, and depression leads to even more self-isolation, which can even be seen in this diagram because you're spreading that bad energy to yourself. And so this vicious cycle keeps on going. What we must realize is that our relationship with everyone in our lives is on one of these two trains, the red one or the green one. And that is why the type of energy that we give out will determine what train we get on. Because once that train picks up that momentum that we talked about, it can be hard to stop it. However, it can both have an outstanding impact
or a super negative impact.
Which is why I ask you to spread better, or even more energy if you already do it well. Imagine a world where people are constantly spreading that good energy around, where we are constantly making others happy, where we are constantly having good days and letting others do so as well. In my opinion, we don't even have to imagine this. It's all possible as long as we all make an effort and continuously create that nourishing energy for ourselves and share it with the world. So start smiling and keep on smiling. Learn to smile even in the worst of your struggles. Learn to keep smiling even when you don't find a reason to. Because when you keep smiling at life, you'll find that even life will smile back at you. Thank you.